people hate it when you draw comparisons between anything modern and what happened in Germany in the 30s and 40s. But I want to talk about what happened after the war, where the Allies had won and they were left with a situation where there were tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Germans that had been a part of the apparatus, a part of the machine, whether they were German soldiers, whether they were guards, whether they were, local enforcers of some sort. And they were left with the problem of, what do we do with these people? These people have actively supported one of the most evil regimes that had existed up to that point in time. Now, Hitler was since outdone by Stalin, who was since outdone by Mao Zedong. But up to that point in history, this was the most evil, the deadliest regime that had existed. And what do we do with all these people? And they realized, well, we can't send them all to the gallows. That's going to create its own massive issues. We can't lock them all up. We can't actually, there's a logistical problem here. And so they settled on a path of re-education and facing these people with what they had done, and basically, essentially using the same things, the same brainwashing techniques to actually get them to be unbrainwashed and actually see with clear eyes what they'd actually been a part of. And I don't know, I feel as though with Victoria Police, there's almost going to have to be a new sort of charter, a new code of conduct drafted that officers are going to have to either agree to or resign. And that code of conduct has to include that they will speak up if they believe that they are being given orders that are immoral, that they will no longer accept orders that appear to be politically motivated instead of impartial application of the law. To me, I think a few big moments like what you talk about, plus an apology, plus a code of conduct. You either agree to this or you resign. Those three things, I think, would go a very, very long way to healing the wounds and allowing us to move on.
I agree. And think about all the new police that would want to come in, when things go, I know a lot of young men who would love to go in there and be a protester, but in a job, as in be what they want to see, there could be a whole new lot of, at the moment, they're obviously trying to recruit the same type of people, but I think there needs to be a rejig of the whole system.
No, it's, and we've got a real task ahead of us, washing away the damage done by Daniel Andrews. For as long as the division continues, then in a way we need to view division as his legacy. And our task is to wash away his legacy and rid his legacy from our land. And that, to me, the best thing that we can do, the best way that we can work towards that is healing the division that he's actually caused. So what's next for you? You've got now an advocacy organization rather than a political party. What's your focus now? Is it the next federal election? Is it the state election? Do you have other things going on? Give us a bit of a preface of where Monica Smit and Reignite Democracy Australia are going now.
Well, the community groups, we're just trying to grow them as much as possible. So, like I said, we've got
what sorts of things are they doing? What are these community groups?
Well, they're basically once a week we have a Zoom meeting with all the leaders. We call them activators of the groups, and we give them resources and ideas and things like that. But they run absolutely autonomously. So how we help them is we send emails out to the data, because we can segregate our email list into electorates. So we can actually promote just one event in one area. So we help to bring them the members, and they just do what they want, basically. I mean, there's a tiny bit of risk involved in that, but also the autonomy is given to such great creativity and things like that. So some groups have 180 members and they're all vetted as well. It's really incredible. So those groups will end up being really, really good campaigning tools for the elections if they want to be. They don't have to be. They don't have to support UAP. They don't have to support anyone. They can even hate politics, so that's fine. But yeah, so we're trying. So basically, anyone can be if there's no group in your area, you can put your hand up to be an activator, and we'll assist you along the way. We have 1.5 staff basically resourcing people, and we send out free flyers, business cards, and campaigns, all that sort of stuff. So we support them a lot. So it's that. But basically, the federal election, it could come up really quickly, Topher.
March next year. It could be as early as March. It
could be earlier.
Actually, that's true. It's expected that the earliest it could be is March, but actually it could be earlier. You're quite right.
Look, it could be really earlier. So we're just basically getting ready for that. So I've been asked to find the best candidates possible, and I'm going to help to do that with UAP. But like I said, I can support whoever I want. So if other parties want my help, I'll definitely talk to them. And that's pretty, and then the legal cases. I mean, I've got my own legal cases to fight, of course, the 10th of November. Also the false imprisonment, October 31st, I was put in the back of a divvy van for 45 minutes and with no charge. So that would be false imprisonment. So I'm fighting that as well. So legal and campaigning is kind of where I'm at, and content creation. So networking and just meeting as many people as I can internationally as well. Like you said, you made a funny joke that I wanted to comment on ages ago. You thanked the police for what they did because it was perfect timing for your documentary. Well, I had a lot of fun in prison just thinking about this. I was like, you tried to silence me and you did the exact opposite. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, congratulations. You just owned yourself. Yeah.